Hey man, let's talk honestly for a second. Just you and me. You ever notice how the second you genuinely let go of her, she starts showing up in the shadows? She doesn't call, she doesn't message, but she's watching your stories within minutes of you posting. It's not random, it's instinct. She can feel it. The second your energy disconnects from her, she senses it like a shift in the room. And here's the key. It's not about playing hard to get. It's not about punishing her with silence. It's because you're truly done. Done explaining, done trying, done proving anything. That's the moment everything flips. It doesn't happen when you send a long, heartfelt message. It doesn't happen when you try to make her understand your pain. It happens when you stop needing her to care about how you feel. When your focus returns to yourself, your peace, your purpose. That's when she feels the space, the distance, the absence of the version of you who once placed her on a pedestal. She starts feeling something she never prepared for, the weight of your silence. This isn't a manipulation tactic. It's not a trick. It's the truth. A woman feels it when a man who once gave his all finally turns that energy inward. And that version of you, the one she can no longer reach like before, becomes more powerful than any words you could have said. Your silence speaks louder than any explanation. At some point, you stop needing to explain yourself. And when that day comes, everything shifts. Not just in you, but in her. She expected a breakdown, a desperate message, an attempt at closure. She was ready to handle your confusion, your frustration, your need for clarity, because it meant she still held emotional leverage. But when you go quiet, that's silence. It's deafening to her. You didn't try to convince her that you were a good man. You didn't lay out a case for why she made a mistake. You just stopped talking, stopped chasing, stopped reacting. And now she's left with the echo of her own decision. No reassurance, no emotional confirmation, just the unsettling feeling of wondering if you even cared at all. She starts asking questions she never expected to ask. Did I even matter to him? Why isn't he fighting for me? And that confusion, that gap between what she expected and what she's getting, becomes your advantage. Not because you're being cold, but because you're finally grounded in your own worth. When you stop giving explanations to someone who stopped deserving them, that's not bitterness. That's self-respect. You reclaim the center of your life. There's a moment, and most men don't even realize when it happens, where she becomes the center of everything. Your schedule, your emotions, your thoughts, all start orbiting around her. You adjust your mood based on her tone. Your time bends to her availability. Your sense of peace depends on her attention. And here's the hard truth. That's the moment she starts losing respect. Not because you cared, but because you forgot to care about yourself. But now, that part of you is waking up. You're putting your goals, your growth, and your peace back at the center of your life. She's no longer your emotional compass. You are. And that shift, it hits her. She's used to being at the center of your universe. Now, she's watching from the sidelines, unsure where she fits, if at all. You're no longer orbiting her. You've pulled your gravity back. And when she can't feel that old pull anymore, that's when she starts noticing just how much she relied on it. And you? You finally see her for what she is. Someone who was never meant to be your son. Just a season. You stop reacting, and that's when she feels it most. Most women don't reach out directly. They test the waters. A sub-tweet, a nostalgic song on her story, a breadcrumb of a like. She's not reconnecting. She's checking. She wants to know if you'll bite, if she still lives in your head, if you're still emotionally available, even if just a little. But now, you don't flinch, you don't decode, you don't wonder. You see it for what it is, and you stay still. That silence, that complete lack of reaction, it makes her feel something she's not used to. Powerlessness. You used to jump at every little signal. You used to find hope in vague captions and half-hearted gestures. But now you're grounded. You're too focused on building your life to be deciphering someone else's mixed messages. And that control she used to have, it's gone. You've unplugged from the performance. And the second you stop playing along, she realizes the game can't continue without your participation. The man she left is gone, and he's not coming back. Let's be real. Letting go used to feel like failure. You probably asked yourself if you gave up too soon, if maybe you were the problem. That guilt? It's a heavy weight, and most men carry it for far too long. But now you've learned something deeper. Letting go doesn't mean you're weak. It means you've grown. It means you've looked in the mirror and said, I loved her, but I love myself more now. And that mindset, that peace, it doesn't come from pretending not to care. It comes from healing. You're not avoiding pain anymore. You're using it, letting it fuel your evolution, quietly, consistently, without resentment. And that's what she feels. Not anger, not bitterness, just distance, a mature, irreversible separation. Because it's no longer about who texts first. It's about who you've become now that she doesn't. You're not watching your phone. You're not holding your breath. You're not waiting. You turned inward. You built something inside yourself that doesn't depend on her validation. And now, she feels you more in your absence than she ever did in your presence. If this message hits something inside you, drop it in the comments. I don't wait. I evolve. Because that's what this is really about. Let her feel your absence. Let her see your growth. But most of all, let her realize the man she left is gone. And the man you've become, he doesn't chase